Now, good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Good morning.
Well, good morning to you, Mr. Chairman, Vice Chair Jones, members of the committee. Thank you for this opportunity to let me be with you. Enjoyed being with many of you last week, this week, and at Biennial in Athens, and look forward to the second Monday in January when we will convene again. Mr. Chairman, I have a brief statement and some information I'd like to present to the committee, and then we will be sending something to them for their review. But before I do that, Mr. Chairman, a minute of personal privilege, if you will.
Of course.
Chairman Blackman has graciously let me come on this Zoom call this morning, and I am in Atlanta. I will be headed to Statesboro as soon as I get off this call to celebrate the life of Harrison Deal. I think everyone on this call and the sound of my voice has heard the tragic story of Harrison losing his life last week in an automobile accident. Our thoughts and prayers go out to this, the family and the community of this fine young man who was a committed Georgian, who was making a difference in our state, and certainly his life would have made a tremendous difference. But I can tell you the legacy of Harrison Deal with his friends, his family, his community, and all of those he touched will live beyond his days, and will have an impact on many Georgians that knew him, that will learn about him in the days that come as they learn about his life and what he stood for. So, Mr. Chairman, thank you for that. And certainly we'll all continue to pray for that family. For my statement, Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, many Georgians, including many of you, my colleagues, have had serious concerns and have serious concerns about Georgia's elections. As we approach a critical election on January the 5th, 2021, it is clear to me that Georgia voters must have confidence in the election process going forward. To that end, myself, along with over 100 current and newly elected members of the Georgia House of Representatives, submitted a letter to Secretary of State Raffensperger and to the State Elections Board. In this letter, we made two common sense suggestions for improving the security and efficiency of our elections process for the upcoming January 5, 2021 election and beyond. First, we suggested that the State Elections Board issue a rule to counties requiring that they allow independent observers from both parties to participate in the signature review process on both paper absentee ballot applications and the absentee ballots themselves once returned to challenge any invalid signatures. Secondly, we also suggested that the Secretary of State or the State Elections Board work with other state agencies to contract for additional support staff for county and precinct level elections operations to ensure compliance with all elections regulations and laws. We also pledged that as a General Assembly, we would provide any financial, fiscal support to help them carry out that process. Mr. Chairman, our suggestions to the Secretary of State and State Elections Board are simply to have every legal vote in Georgia counted. That is a bipartisan request that supports every Georgian voter, no matter which party they participate from. I believe it makes sense. There's a path forward, there's precedent for issuing this guidance to the counties, and I believe, and I'm very hopeful that the Elections Board and Secretary of State will soon move forward with these recommendations. Mr. Chairman, I will submit a copy of this letter to the committee by email to you, Chairman Blackman, and ask that you distribute it to the committee for their review, that it be part of the record of this hearing. Thank you for your time today, all of you. Everyone be safe when they do travel, even on a Zoom call when you travel. So we ask everyone be safe and they have a joyous and happy Christmas holiday, and that we continue to do the work for our state and for our communities that we're bound to do. So, Mr. Chairman, I thank you for the time and for the committee's time and this chance to bring this forward.
Thank you very much, Leader Burns. Very much appreciate you being with us this morning, and appreciate you presenting those. And certainly we continue to pray for the Deal family.